right, so I'm Justin Foster, the Wildlife Officer for the Poudre South District. And the Poudre South District takes in most of Game Management Unit 19, south of the Poudre Canyon there. I guess what we want to visit about is questions on hunting and access and things like that in Unit 19. So we'll kind of start off from the very beginning with archery season and muzzleloader season in August and September. I would say your deer and elk hunters are going to mainly hunt the higher country. That's where most of our deer and elk are going to be, especially our elk, are going to be in the higher country. They spend most of the summer up in the Comanche wilderness area, the elk do, and then from there they'll move down. But most of our archery hunters will hunt that high country. There's multiple access points into that high country. There's the Long Draw Road off of the Cameron Pass, Highway 14. There is Crown Point Road coming off the Pingree Park Road that you can all access into the Comanche Wilderness. There's also the Neota Wilderness, which is an access point, well, you can access off the Long Draw Road that's high elevation, and those elk will stay in there throughout the August, September months, and then move out once the snow and the weather conditions get bad enough. From there, through archery muzzleloader season, you'll hunt that, and then jumping into first rifle season. The rifle seasons can be really good up there as well. The elk are still bugling. They're still at the fairly high terrain unless snow has pushed them out. And then, so a lot of the folks will hunt those high wilderness areas there. And then as we move into second rifle season, usually by that time we've got quite a bit of snow in the high country. You're looking at 1 foot to 2 foot up high. Those elk and some of those deer have moved out of that high country down into lower terrain, kind of into the transition zone of and down into the lodgepole pine area habitats. And that kind of brings you down into the Jack's Gulch area, Mineral Springs, Twin Cabins area, and that's kind of your lower elevation around 8,000-9,000 feet, and those elk will move down into there, and then also they will come down through and they'll cross the Pingree Park Road and then go into what they call East and West White Pines, which is accessed through the Old Flowers Road, which you can access that off the Stove Prairie Road, or you can come off of Crown Point and go east on the Stove Prairie. And those elk and deer will move into your third and fourth rifle seasons. We do have resident elk that are in there year-round in the East and West White Pines that archery hunters will hunt and muzzleloaders will hunt, and then first and second rifle. But a lot of times we have a smaller herd during that time period. But then once the later seasons come and the snow have come in the high country, the elk will move down into there, and our larger herd will stay down there in their kind of wintering areas. So that's kind of the case. Is you'll hunt along the Poudre Canyon off of Highway 14. Those elk will move down in there come your third and fourth rifle seasons as well. And then we also have a kind of a late cow hunt that's in December, and that is a really good place to find elk, is I would say on the Indian Meadows area right off of Highway 14, and then your Old Flowers Road, East and West White Pine. Your deer kind of in that later, your second, third, and fourth rifle season. Some of the deer have moved. There's some deer that some are in the high country. They've moved out of the high country down into the lower areas. But the majority of the deer hunting is going to be down lower in I would say the Pingree Park area, down the Poudre Canyon, and then the Old Flowers Road, East and West White Pine. Guys will find deer, starting second rifle season down in the lower elevations, and then they will, and as second season ends and third and fourth rifle season begins, guys are hunting the Poudre Canyon, especially when you get into the third rifle season. by the second half of third rifle season, some of our bucks are starting to think about rutting and chasing does, and then by the fourth rifle season, they are chasing does and rutting fairly hard, depending on the weather conditions, of course. But a lot of those deer hunters that hunt the third and fourth will hunt the Poudre Canyon. They glass from county or Highway 14 along, all up Highway 14 on both sides of the highway, north side and east or west or south side of the highway, looking for those bucks that are rutting and chasing does. So with that, I would have to say hopefully that information helps you, and we'll hopefully good luck next fall.